friends to the Beaver Dam. Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Sorry for the weird jump of halfway through our intro we're jumping in, but we have someone on the line who's only going to be here for a short time, and I wanted to, have a fun conversation while we have a moment. Asteroid Mech, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty great. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Um, I hear there's a lot of changes going on in Galaxy of Heroes, and honestly, I've been kind of out of the loop. So I have like 5 minutes to talk about it. So I'm here to talk about it. I'm kind of scared right now because I hear there's a lot going on.
Yeah, dude. So if you missed it, because you have been out of the loop, Imperial Remnant is getting an assault battle.
What?
Yes, they just dropped it in the game assets. If you download the thing, it is not a pack. It says Assault Battle Imperial Remnant on the picture. So we are getting an Assault Battle for the Imperial Remnant, which is good news for those of us chasing Ahsoka Tano. Additionally, they are dropped Sabine's kit for some reason, her basic and her special ability picture. And so Goth Mommy Sabine is probably the next marquee character that people have been theorizing about, because of the packs that are coming.
Okay.
And then new Lightspeed bundle. I saw you post a video about that. So the Chewbacca Lightspeed bundle.
Yep.
They dropped the icons for Ahsoka Tano's abilities.
Okay. I need to read on some of this stuff. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's basically just all game asset stuff. Like the game assets just got flooded with a whole bunch of pictures, and we're inferring a lot of this. And then there's the downside, which is the the absolute heart-crushing moment of Chimera falling out of the meta entirely.
Yeah,
So.
the Thai Dorito buff kind of seems like an overcorrection at this point to me.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, with the punishing one cutting out the Chimera and the Executrix, yes, everyone's saying the Executrix can still beat it, but I still have yet to see anyone pull it off with the Houndstooth variant, and I haven't been able to pull it off with the Houndstooth variant. Just punishing one's shutting down the meta, then now Leviathan's shutting down the meta, and for a ship that came out well over a year ago, like, it's wild to see it shutting out things in the meta again. Like, it's already hard to counter. It's not like the Chimera was an easy counter. It's like a 75% win rate, and I struggle so hard with it.
Yeah, I I just got my Imperial ships for my Chimera fleet, so the Conquest ones. So this this is bad timing for me.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm kind of trying to read through it right now. This is
Yeah, I'm thinking that with how things are going, I really want to eat this pizza because I'm hungry, but I won't because we're on the phone with Asteroid Mech. I'm thinking that we're going to get a Profundity Lifter, and my guess is the next Conquest unit is going to be Luthen's ship, and that is my guess.
Please.
Yeah, and that's my guess going forward. Thinking we'll get a Profundity Lifter. I think Yoder nailed it on the head in a comment he put on the video. This feels kind of like the great nerf of 2021 because it just cuts off all off-meta counters, and now we're starting from scratch, and it really sucks.
Jumping back to something you did say really quickly about Luthen's ship. I agree absolutely at some point that will be a Profundity Conquest Lifter. I am hesitant to think that it would be the next one because I feel like they might want to give more people time to unlock Luthen, because if they get a Conquest ship out there and people start playing Conquest, you didn't get Luthen, you have no reason to try and push for his ship. I mean, you could try and, get the shards to get Luthen's ship unlocked when you unlock Luthen, but if you don't have enough people unlocking Luthen, then they might not be as incentivized to go in for the ship. So I maybe give it a few cycles, but I don't know about the next one. But I do agree at some point that would definitely be a good Conquest ship.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little interesting. Oh, is my stream on the wrong stream? Hold on. How did it do that? There's 2 streams going on.
What? Oh, it is. Yeah, you're doing the Andor watch party right now, man.
Well, let's edit the title. Title and description. Yeah, I don't know what was happening, but we'll change that title. Save that. There we go. That's really odd. I have no idea why it did that. Huh. Well, let's switch out that and delete that forever. That is really odd. I've never had that happen.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that either. Unless you just said create new stream and it went to your last preset, but
Yeah, no, I clicked on the right one, I thought, but hey, okay. That's weird because I saw a thing pop up on my right screen. I was like, hey, that's a donation. Why is not popping up over here? And it's because it was on the wrong one. Okay, there we go. We have it all fixed. Now let's just make sure that we have that. Sorry for the interruption. Can you remind me what you were saying?
we were just finishing up talking about how Luthen's ship is probably not going to be the next Conquest unit, but give it 3-6 months.
The thing is, I think if they're gonna do it, they gotta do something soon for the Profundity, because the Profundity is now like looking like the worst ship to get whatsoever. Like, yes, it's still difficult to beat off meta wise, but comparatively to the other ones, it's just doo-doo garbage. And so I feel like they got to do something for it soon. So if they don't do a Luthen lifter, maybe they finally pull out Red 5 that they've been teasing about for literally ever.
That would be so great, the day we finally get Red 5. How long have we been wanting that? Like, it's 5 years? 6
Wanting
years?
it, or like it being teased? Wanting it has been much longer than it's being teased. Like, we've wanted it forever.
Yeah. How do we have Biggs Darklighter's ship in the game but not Red 5, bro?
I know, right?
It's
River,
it's
to
gonna be
answer.
Red 5. Sorry, it's going to be Red 5 with the GL Ray as the pilot.
I would literally lose my crap. Oh my gosh. To answer your question, River, anything over 300 and you're doing good, but he has a very high base speed, so get him up fast, because if he takes, early turns and a lot of turns, you do really well. So you can never have too much speed on Luthen. But yeah, Swooshy, thoughts on Balin Skull and a new is new Lightspeed bundle Bounty Hunters or Wookiees? So it is Bounty Hunters. If you go and look at the asset, the name of the asset that came out, and like you download it and look at it, it's called Chewbacca's Requirement Pack. So it will be Bounty Hunters.
Yeah, I mean, usually these packs, they don't give you the legendary character in them. So even if it was a Wookiee pack, it wouldn't most likely have Chewbacca in it.
Yeah, the legendaries are the things they kind of draw the line at, which is why we've talked a bit about, certain things. Like, people are like, oh, I want a JML Lightspeed bundle. I'm like, you literally can't. Everything that's not already given from Shadows of the Empire are all legendaries, essentially. Like, there's not much that you can do.
What's the only one that I can think of is like Mon Mothma and the Rebel Y-Wing.
Mon Mothma, Rebel Y-Wing, 3POC.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's it, unless they give away Hermit Yoda.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
I haven't had time to look at Balin's kit. How about you?
I watched Arnold's video, but I was not because of Arnold's video, but I actually fell asleep halfway through it. So it's been a crazy week for me, but I know that there's something with taunting, and I believe it's a mass, either ability block or armor shred, one of those two.
Dang.
Something like that.
His kid is too long. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, Swooshy. 100%. I was actually. Oh, do you think Chewbacca the Lightspeed bundle is going to come with the bounty hunter ships? Absolutely not. That is way too generous. There's no way.
No. Well, I mean, they've included a bunch of them before, so if they want to jack the price up, they could throw them in the same ones that we've got in other Lightspeed bundles in there again and jack the price up.
Yeah, do like the ones that we got from Finalizer, I guess. But like, yeah it's.
I mean, still getting Houndstooth in a Lightspeed bundle for early game is still huge. So.
Oh yeah, just the Houndstooth alone is amazing. I used to solo endurance fleets with my Houndstooth and Chimera back in like Bronzium and stuff.
Well, I mean, endurance isn't much, but
yeah, I mean, it would be like relic ships where they're like, you know, they're using relic fleets, but it's endurance with like just random relic characters. I'd be like, sick, and so I just 79 banners and fleets. Let's go.
Nice.
All right. One more thing, really quick before you leave.
Okay.
Oh, I just had it and it slipped out of my brain. It's something new. Oh yes, the Kyber Squish. Have you been feeling the Kyber Squish bad? Because like, I have a buddy who just dropped from Erodium 2 to Chromium 2.
I am in Erodium 4 right now.
Yeah, like just people just keep sinking so bad.
Okay, Erodium 4 is kind of my fault. I probably could, if I really had the time and really could push, I probably could get into Erodium 2 if I got really lucky, but I'm comfortably sitting at Erodium 3 right now, really kind of fluctuating around there. Some of my opponents I'm getting are literally like, okay, you should be in Bronzium. Why are you here? And the other ones are like 15 million accounts. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
what
like
am I supposed to do?
I was in Kyber 3, and Kyber 3 is very comfortable for me. It's where I usually sit, and I'm fine. Kyber 2 is too much. Everyone in Kyber 2 is like all through Kyber 3, and it's like crazy how much I'm hitting those people, and just like, oh yeah, every single opponent I've had in Kyber 3 and Kyber 4 has had, you know, 8 GLs and all 3 meta ships, which is wild.
And that's the Rapid Beaver one. Huh. Yeah, I mean, the squish has been going on for a few months at this point, though, right?
Yeah, but like it's getting to the tail end, and it's all of a sudden forcing people to like weird spots in the game. Because like I definitely, like, my account is definitely not like an Erodium roster, but if it keeps squishing like this and pushing those Kyber 2 players into Kyber 3, 4, and 5, I'm definitely dropping into Erodium. Like,
now I might be a little premature in saying this because again I have to catch up on a few things here, but I'm kind of worried about some of the game balancing stuff that's going on in this game right now. I mean, Beaver sounds insane. They're messing up the fleets. The Kyber Squish is happening again. We had another GL around the corner.
Yeah, and if they give it the Leviathan treatment, even if it's going to be garbage at first, it's going to become the most insanely OP and broken thing. Like, they're headed down a dangerous road. We've already had with like the overall game changes, as well as you know, just how much time it takes to play this game recently with the Naboo raid and everything. We've had 2 content creators drop out, which is rough. I mean, 3 if we include you, but that's because of your own personal life.
2.5.
Yes, 2.5. What do I think could be in the Chewy Lightspeed bundle? I think it's going to be bounty hunters, depending on what bounty hunters they give us. I'm going to guess it's not going to be Mando and Grief. I'm guessing we're going to get a resurgence of Bosk once again. But depending on what we get, we might get like Aura Singh and Fennec Shand and a couple characters for Jabba, or they might just do some general bounty hunters that are required for Executor. Either way, I think it'll be a good thing for a lot of people. So
my guess for that would be the basic 5 bounty hunters plus Zam. And I guess if you don't know who the basic 5 are, at least in my head, it's Bosk, Boba Fett, Dengar, Cad Bane, IG-88. And if they throw in some ships cool, I think they might throw in maybe just Zam or just Aura for the people that haven't bought the other Lightspeed bundles to be incentivized to buy it. But to be honest, they don't need much more at relic levels to beat Chewbacca anyways. Yeah. I feel like this might just be a repack. of other Lightspeed bundles.
Yeah, kind of like the Separatist Lightspeed bundle versus like the Gas Lightspeed bundle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Will the Chewy Lightspeed bundle flood Arena with Executors? It could. It could. It just depends on what they give us. But even so, like, even with if someone had bought, for instance, they had bought the Finalizer bundle and then they bought this bundle, it still is giving them quite a bit of time, but because they still have to get Type Bomber and they still have to, you know, farm up Piet. They still have quite a bit to work on before they'll get Executors. So I think there's a possibility that Executor will become closer to being something a lot of people have, but also they're wanting people to pay for the Punishing one. And so to incentivize going for the Executor too much without paying the exorbitant prices of normal purchases in the game, it's hard for me to believe.
If people are smart, this will have another push for Executor, but we'll see. It also depends on what's in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, unless you got something else, I'm going to get out of here, but appreciate you having me.
Looking forward to a maid stream with you.
Well, it's not confirmed yet, but let's not jump ahead of ourselves, all right?
Okay, I'll give it time.
And don't tell Joe about that. Don't tell Joe. That's gonna happen, all right?
I haven't seen Joe in a while. I need to see how he's doing. Hopefully he's still drinking from his pee-pee mug.
Forgot you did that.
Yes. How much do you think the Chewy Lightspeed bundle will cost? Oh, it really depends on who they throw in. It's either going to be $15 if it's the basic bounty hunters, but if they start throwing in things like, you know, Fennec Shand, we'll probably see a $25 or more.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us, Asteroid Mech, and you have a good night's sleep, my friend.
Of course, thank you. Enjoy your stream, my friend, and it's great to be in the Beaver Dam today, or whatever you guys say.
Yeah, whatever we happen to say. One day we'll come up with an actual catchphrase.
Yeah, you'll get there. You're on a great path, man. You're gonna keep doing this YouTube. You're gonna do this YouTube thing for a while. I can tell. You're doing great.
I'll be 77 and still following Galaxy of Heroes.
I mean, at this rate, the game's gonna be out for that long if it keeps making money. So we'll see. All right, but I do gotta go. I will see you later. Thank you for having me again. Appreciate it.
Yep. See ya, dude.
See y'all.
Yes, David Forrester, thank you for putting that out there. Bloodless, read what David Forrester said. So if the allied capital ship is Sith under the TIE Dorito, then the opponent, all dark side, cannot gain turn meter. And so it's not saying, you know, Sith when it comes to Chimera. We're talking about Chimera versus the Leviathan. Because of the way that it reads, it's all dark side ships. And so normally it would be like, if we were just going for punishing one, we were trying to cut out the punishing one, the way that they would phrase it is if allied capital ship is Sith at the start of the battle and enemy capital ship is or Empire bounty hunter fleet or something, they'd have to call out Empire and bounty hunter, but instead they're calling out specifically dark side, and so that includes any fleet that's dark side. So that could be Houndstooth with its little being able to taunt. It's the TIE Defender feeding turn meter into the allied capital ship. It's all of those different dark side ships are now dead to the Leviathan. So how do I feel about the dagger changes? Have you seen the title and the description or the thumbnail? I'm depressed, Kaya. I am depressed. Welcome to the damn community, by the way, Kaya. The 2% was our catchphrase. I've already forgotten. What is it? Gungans and Geonosians. That's right. Where's our Gungans? We've been putting off utilizing like our full inventory, so we're gonna use our full inventory here for a second. Let's get rid of Helping Hands. Get rid of Helping Hands. Throw in a Volatile Accelerator, and then drop out Protection Shield and drop in a Amplify Agony. And there we go. Now we have an absolutely disgusting inventory for this, and we should be able to basically utilize our Gungans until they all die. Or until they all run out of stamina, rather. You're gonna hit the hay? Sounds good, Ghost Music. You have a great night, my friend. How the nerf affects the punishing one? Personally, I honestly don't know the punishing one's kit well enough to be able to tell you. I know it affects the, it affects the... One, it's the increased protection will affect the fact that you can't kill off Dorito fast, and you need to kill off Dorito fast. The other piece is I know that it will cause it so that way the Houndstooth is not going to gain turn meter, but other than that, I'm not sure off the top of my head. Yeah, there you go, Bloodless. Yep. I mean, is the update in the game yet? I'm pretty sure the update hasn't happened yet. Here, let's finish what I'm doing right now, and then we'll go check. But I'm pretty sure the update is not in game yet. I don't think it happens until tomorrow. Gosh, return fire with volatile accelerator is the stupidest thing, and then you add in a weak spot, the team just kills themselves. It's literally, I can use Gungans, I can use Geonosians, I can use Poodoo, and I will just destroy in Conquest. It's disgusting. Collection, ships, Tidorito. Hey Tidorito, where are you? There's the dagger. 20% max protection. Yeah, it's not in the game yet. That's why you're not having any problems from testing, is because it hasn't entered into the game yet. Yeah. Are creators leaving because of these changes or for other reasons? It's a mix between having so much happening in the game. Like, you know, there's so much, and you start getting into end game, and like, I have to sit here and play through this, and each time I play through this, I have to spend like 15 minutes doing it at least, and if I don't get a good score, that's another 15 minutes, and I have to do at least 3 battles or my guild gets mad at me. So on top, already that's like an hour for one event that happens every 6 days. And so like, then on top of that, you got territory battles and everything else. And so I think it's not just the game balancing that's happening, which is what Gerbil cited, is, you know, game balancing plus his life's getting busy. And so Celiac Sarah, it was more of just life was getting busy, but that also has something to do with the overall time commitment. I think when it came to Gerbil, it was both the balancing and the time commitment. So overall, time commitment is a big thing, but that game balancing is definitely affecting people. Hurt punishing one that much, since it's in my experience, Slave One works better to counter Tie Dagger than Houndstooth as long as you get contract. Yeah, Houndstooth is usually an afterthought that's brought in, and I don't know enough, like, I don't remember the kits from Executor enough to be like, oh yeah, this is definitely going to destroy this. I just know for a fact, because I use Chimera on offense constantly, I know how that fleet works forward and backward, that it's going to destroy it. Like Executor, I leave it on defense, and so I really don't know the kits very well. Same with like Ray. The only reason I know Ray so well is because I did so many guides on her. Otherwise, I would never know what Ray's kit does, and I'd just be like, haha, look at people getting destroyed by my Ray. So... could have been used for Finalizer countering Executor. Yeah, it makes sense that Dorito has the call out to a Sith capital ship, but yeah, it would be nice for to give it to Finalizer too. With all the ship changes going on, they should buff my will to live. Yeah, the protection disruption bug is super annoying with Gungans. Yeah, especially in the later stages of the raid. Like in the stage of where I'm at in the raid, it has 0 problems, but in the later stages, it becomes really annoying. Dang, AJ. It doesn't cancel out speed, Kaya. Speed changes are different than turn meter. And so it's just turn meter that's going to be the thing affected. The executor still works, no problem. Beauty would riot. Honestly, I think there's a possibility of that being true. Yeah, I can see if there's something in punishing ones. We can basically go through here. Well, let's start at the top and work our way down. Executor. No turn meter, right? Yeah. No turn meter, that's just increased damage. No turn meter. No turn meter. Executor gives 0 turn meter out. Okay, now let's go to the bounty hunter ships. Let's go to punishing one. 3 speed. Speed is not affected. No turn meter. No turn meter. Lose 50 speed. That's not turn meter. None of this is turn meter based. So like I don't know. I'm genuinely thinking this is just to cut out the 20% protection increase. I think is what they mean to cut this out. And I think the turn meter is all based around just cutting out the Chimera because screw the Chimera. Yeah, because even this is bonus 5 speed. I guess there you go. You know, Boba Fett's going to take significantly less turns because he's gaining 20% turn meter on each critical hit, which is typically, if you're hitting one of the people without, which is what you're doing, is you're dispelling things and allowing Boba to critically hit, you're going to lose out on the 60% turn meter. So that's probably the one piece that it's really trying to affect, is the turn meter on basic with Slave 1. Houndstooth, obviously it'll affect the whole turn meter he gets, but I'm positive that it's that Slave 1 turn meter that they're looking at. Yeah, so there you go. The Slave 1 turn meter is what they're looking at. Yep. So it's basically Slave 1 and Chimera. Both of you screw yourselves.
Hello there.
Hey, Luna. Welcome to the Beaver Dam, my friend. Yeah, fair Wep. You could sort of test it by seeing how hard it is to kill. What do you mean, Matt Master? I mean, if we look at the... Hold on. Let's take a look at the dagger. Obviously, I don't have Relic 7. Does it have the protection here? Here we go. So we have 26,642. And that's going to be 20, 40, 60. Is it other ships or is it including the capital ship? So that would be 4. So that's going to be 80%. You're looking at an increase of 21,000. And this is after the change. And so like That is what you are looking at overall for how tanky it's going. It is going from doubling its protection essentially to tripling its protection. Like that's actually quite wild. Like it's getting real beefy.
We would be honored if you would join.
Glad to hear I'm not the only one miffed about it. Oh yeah, I am definitely miffed. I am grand miffed Tarkin right now. Oh, Agent Milton, I didn't see your Maritime. Hold on. Do you think Sabine will be a Phoenix? No, she's going to be Spectre. She'll have the Spectre tag. She won't be Phoenix. They can't afford to give her Phoenix, otherwise she'll be stolen. And then they have to rewrite her her unique. So Hermit Ezra, Mark, come on, sure. Hermit Ezra and Goth Mommy Sabine are both going to have the Spectre tag, and that's it. Okay, down. All right, down. Hey, down. Fix your game? Yeah, I'll play Fix Your Game for you guys.
Not again! My game's just crap! What the heck? Fix your
Game! Isn't there an average damage calculation? Hold on. Isn't there... On SoGo.gg, they have an average damage calculation for all ships, don't they? So, ships... Slave 1... Basic... 22,000 plus 5%. So, that's... 31,000. So that's essentially making it so that way it takes an additional entire critical hit to be able to kill it. And so it's increasing its overall health and protection to the point where instead of taking 3 hits, it'll take 4 hits. Hey Michael, I'm depressed. How are you? Mara, can you gift me the Starkiller bundle? They killed off the Phoenix call sign after the Empire was destroyed anyways. Yeah, but the Spectre call sign was also killed off, wasn't it? I don't think they ever used Spectre in the Ahsoka show.
Please just fix your game. These bugs are pretty lame. I can't log into play, but you want me to pay.
It's 160% David Forrester. Or if you just want to do the math, it's 40% per ship. And so 40% times 4 ships, because it counts itself including the capital ship. And so at the start of the battle, it's going to be 4 characters. There you go.
Oh, look! An update dropped. They fixed their game.
Sounds good, Matt Master. You have a great night. Can he use all of his Omicrons? Yes. Do you need them all? No. They are all optional. As long as you at least have Luthen Zeta, he does basically everything he needs to do. If you're looking for total number that I'm like, this would be how many I put on him and how many I did put on him, 2. Still waiting on our boxing match. You let me know where and when. Sounds good, Matt. Yeah, he was talking about us getting in the ring against each other. You know, like, what is it, Logan Paul KSI style or whatever? I don't know. I don't know other big streamers or anything, and I couldn't care less about the Pauls. But yeah. There we go. You guys hear me? Are we good? Okay. What I said is, into the thick of it, yeah, there ain't no way any of our artists hate themselves that much to do a Swigo version. I could actually do a whole stream with a chipmunk filter. I have the ability to do a lot of filters with my setup right now. My cord for my mic is starting to break because for some smart reason, the makers of this microphone decided that they should have a bent cord, which means that it has to go up and then down, which is why I have this piece of tape right here. And so I just need to get a new cord to replace it because it'll wiggle out at times. So... gosh. What would be our equivalent of a Prime, what is it called? Like a Prime sponsorship where Prime shows up and it would be like Jawa Juice. I wonder if Geonosians can actually take care of this with this insane data disk set we have. Prime would be a pee-pee mug, I guess. Nah, they didn't patch it, did they? Okay, there it goes. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Gosh, Geonosians are so gross with Return Fire and Volatile Accelerator. John Bryan, the TIE Dorito now shuts down the Chimera as a counter to the Leviathan. So Chimera is very quickly becoming worthless in the meta. Also, the TIE Dorito's whole thing is shutting down turn meter entirely on dark side units on the enemy team. So that's fun. Yeah, also new Lightspeed bundle. It's a Chewbacca Rex, so it's going to be some type of it'll be some type of sorry, brain not working. Bounty hunter team. So we'll see what they do with it. We're not really sure quite yet, but some kind of bounty hunter team. This is how Grand Arena goes, with thunderous applause. Yes. It does not shut down natural gain, Tamoy. There is no character in this game except for Marin that shuts down natural gain of turn meter, and Fracture. Fracture does the same, but besides that, there is nothing in this game that shuts down natural gaining of turn meter. Chewy Lightspeed bundle equals lame. I don't know. It'll help a lot of people get to Executor, hopefully. That counted, or do they have to all survive? No, it counted. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, we get wins with Nice or Acolyte surviving. So this is the area where we use our Mando cheese. Your Gear 12 Phoenix from 4 years ago got upgraded. Heck yeah. About to do his Omi. His Omi's amazing, but not like necessary. Like it's really solid, but it's not like life or death to have it. Which is the type of Omicron that I really like. Empire Fleet is entirely worthless now. I wonder how things will play out. I mean, it's not entirely worthless, obviously, because, you know, it can still take down Profundity. Dang, Vader, you just killed yourself. Oh, gosh. Like, obviously, it still beats Profundity, and it beats every non-meta ship. But, like, yeah, it is dropping in overall being good at the game. Okay, Mandalorian, we're gonna want you, we're gonna want you, and let's drop in you, and then we're gonna drop in Separatists. We're gonna want Tambor, and then we're gonna want our Night Sister Acolyte. It's Acolyte, right? Not Initiate? I hope it's Acolyte, because we're going to jump in this. How many more content creators do you think I can make quit the game if I make a thick of it to go parody? All of them. Too excited for this Conquest to end. I'm unlocking Maul this month. Heck yeah, Tamoy. How'd you get a turn? Doesn't matter, you're all dead now, but like, how did you guys get a turn? That was weird. You want me to play what? You're gonna need all of them, the correct song? Is that what you're referring to? I skipped the Geofeat. I mean, fair enough. I don't have the opportunity to skip the Geofeat typically if I'm going for Red Crate. I'm not going for Red Crate this time. I'm just kind of having fun with it. Oh, win with Enoch in my team? I can do that. Guess who has a Relic 7 Enoch? It's this guy. This guy right here has a Relic 7 Enoch. Yeah, it's so cool having music on Spotify, I gotta say. Get some tenacity down, drop some more dots on everyone. Let's watch them all die off. How have they still not, like, killed off any of my people? Easy clap, easy clap. Where did you see we were getting a new assault battle?
If it's a fight you want, I hope you brought a better class of soldier than those stormtroopers. They serve the Empire well, and I have a great many of them. You're gonna need all of
This right here is an image. Where's the bigger image? It doesn't really matter. Look right here. Assault Battle Imperial Remnant is the name of the file. So that's where this comes from. There's like 4 of these photos in the game assets that were just added into the data mine. So that's where that comes from.
I've been in countless battles and lost many brothers. They were my family, my home.
Actually, I mean, why not, right? It's a Maul team. We could beat Maul, sure. 100% DTMG can't compete the higher tiers of that assault battle. Yeah, most likely. Oh, you guys aren't dying because... Yeah, okay, this isn't gonna work. Because the volatile are... The dots don't do anything because they're gaining the 1 buff. That means we're gonna have to use something semi-good against this. Yeet. Yeet. Hopefully with rewards similar to Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. Hopefully. Hopefully. Let's drop this on you, and that should cause us to basically, you know, funnel a ton very quickly. Dang, Candace is gonna die. It'll probably require Enoch. I think it'll be Imperial Remnant in general. It seems unlikely that they'll just cut out everything. Can you link the info to that, please? Sorry, what, Shane? What specifically are you referring to, Shane? Oh, here's the full image. Boop, there's the full image. Text events, assault battle, Imperial Remnant. Yeah, if you're talking about where those images are from, that's from the general data mine on this Will Go event server. That's where all the data mines happen, is the Go event server. I'd give you an invite to the server in the chat, but unfortunately it has like the max number of invites, and so it doesn't let me do it. So you'll have to like go to Reddit and find an invite that's active on Reddit. I'm just doing my 50 crystal refreshes tomorrow just to get all the datacrons that I want, as well as getting my gold crate. I don't know, Madness. I don't know who the other faction will be. I remember what I was working on now. Mandalorian, not you, Separatist, you, Night Sister, Acolyte. Am I gonna panic farm Profundity and Leviathan? I mean, the Profundity and Leviathan were on my list for directly after Ahsoka Tano anyways. Like, I'm going to do Profundity, Jabba, Leviathan was my plan for my account. I don't know how they keep getting turns before me. Well, that was a waste of a battle. Screw you. I don't know who I need. I mean, I need to do Imperial Remnant stuff, but Imperial Remnant doesn't work very well here. I need to do Gungan stuff. I'm almost out of Gungan stamina. I mean, they're immune, right? They're immune. We can do Gungans. They're immune to health percentage effects. I will play through this just in case we get the chance to use a thing for him. There we go. We got a turn on him. That's what matters. Okay, at this point you guys can do whatever you want. Sorry, I haven't caught a stream in a while. Life's been crazy. No problem, Slaying Alive. Turn meter on Old Republic goes crazy. Okay, I was gonna say, don't freeze on me, please. One use, Enoch Knight, Death Trio, and each tier requires R9 for top tier. Yeah, it's entirely possible they could just follow the same pattern. I'd be surprised if that was like the new thing going forward. Dude, it's so tempting to just buy the last 5 shards for Quadme, but not until I'm sure I have all of the shards I need for Ezra. That's the thing, is we can't afford to done goof. Oh gosh, something that's immune to stuns, or something that's... We'll just do this for fun. These freaking teams are killing me because they're like, oh yeah, I'd love to take my Maul against it and do my Night Sister Acolyte stuff, but like, huge turn meter in Old Republic, and this team, stun on assist. Like, it's not great stuff. So we'll have DT Relic soon. DT Dark Trooper, Death Trooper, Dark Trooper, Death Trooper Peridia. Who are you referring to? Get a Relic 5 right away, because if we're talking Relic 5, I'm guessing you're talking about Dark Trooper. Very nice. Relic 3 minimum? Heck yeah, dude. That'll get you a solid start with that character. I always forget about Death Trooper. You forget about Derek? In what world is Paris better than, or is Fresno better than Paris, Derek? I haven't seen that movie in like Probably 15 years. I gotta go watch that movie again. Anyone know what movie I'm referring to? Please, someone get my references. Congratulations, you dated yourself? I mean, yeah, I'm in my 20s. Oh no. Holy crap, is that Napoleon Dynamite? No, it is not Napoleon Dynamite. Do chickens have large talons? I caught you a delicious bass. No, I told you I spent it with my uncle hunting wolverines in Alaska. Gosh. Get your own taunts. Gosh. No, it is not. It is not. The brain's not working this late. Napoleon Dynamite. I haven't seen that one in a couple of years either, but it's very quotable. Ant-Man Quantumania. I actually haven't seen Quantumania. I kind of gave up after Shang-Chi. Like, I liked Shang-Chi, and then a lot of the other movies and shows were really falling off, and so I kind of stopped watching Marvel for the most part at that point. No, so the quote is from Monsters vs. Aliens. Because she wants to, you know, move to Paris. Sorry, DCU, I've already ruined it for you. To T. Gonzalez, welcome to the damn community, my friend. Yeah, oh no, not too old. Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, like, even old movies, there's still really great quotes from old movies. Like, you know, if I were to quote Monty Python the Holy Grail, most of you would know what was going on, right? Right? Please? Please tell me Monty Python and the Holy Grail isn't old? I honestly haven't hated anything Marvel's done. That's a pretty low bar. I haven't hated anything they've done, so therefore they're good. Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire? Inconceivable. Yes, yes. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. No more rhymes, and I mean it. Does anyone want a peanut? Princess Bride is fire. I love that movie. I need to go watch it. It's been so long since I've watched that movie. I need to go watch it again. Huge tracts of land. I'd tap that madness. 'Tis but a flesh wound. African or European swallow. It would grasp it by the husk. If she weighs more than a duck, yes, then she's a witch? Then she's a witch! What else floats? Small rocks! Frickin' love movies so much. Just the old lady in the background of like 6 different scenes who's like holding a cat by its back legs and just swinging it into a wall. I demand a shrubbery! Oh, sorry. A shrubbery! What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? What is your quest? What is your favorite color? Am I cooking? Well, let's see the bars I'm writing down for this Thick of It parody. Oh my gosh, you're actually trying to cook in the kitchen with Thick of It, bro. You gotta keep cooking, my friend. There's a person in our community named Knights of Knee. We are the Knights of Icky Icky Zoo Bob Witch Tang. One of my favorites from that movie is some call me Tim. Because he's supposed to have this really long, complex name, and the actor forgot it. And ended up saying that, and they're like, yep, we're going with it. Sounds great. And if I recall correctly, the reason that it ends so abruptly at the end is just because they ran out of budget. And so they're just like, well, we'll just have everyone get arrested right here. Oh, gosh. Knights of the Nold Republic. It's only a model. Shh. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. I don't know that one, actually. Where is that from? Dang, I really... I really need to finish making my JML guide. I'm planning on dropping it tomorrow, and I recorded it once, and then I realized I still had my mute on from yesterday's Andor stream, and so I couldn't hear the music or the game effects the entire time, and I was like, dang, I gotta redo that one now. And so now I need to redo that guide, and like, guys, it's so easy. I literally did it with no speed on my characters. Like, it's wildly easy to go through that event. And so, like, right now I'm sitting here with, like, a solid 8 characters that have 0 speed on them right now. It's a cop-out. I love that. I didn't put that together as a kid, but that's amazing madness. What bar did you send? 3:30 for my stars will land on my lap. Oh gosh, Yotter. Oh, Dodgeball. Dude, if I have watched Dodgeball, I don't remember it. That being said, there's a lot of movies that I've watched and I don't remember. But Dodgeball is one of those ones that I have a vague memory of watching it. Don't remember anything from it, which is unfortunate because I know it's a good movie. A lot of people love that movie. Same with Airplane. Like, I have a distinct memory of sitting down and watching Airplane with my dad. Don't remember any of it, though. Oh. Good old Moses. Okay, events I'm done with, right? Yeah. Because we don't have the update for tomorrow yet, where it adds all the other events in. I already finished my guild stuff. Onwards to the next account. Oh yeah, the other guys. Aim for the bushes. Yeah, I have definitely seen the other guys. I'm a peacock captain, you gotta let me fly. Dude, Mark Wahlberg plays some interesting characters throughout his career, I must say. Ah! Space Santa Claus coming at me. The bit about tuna. Why am I spacing the bit about tuna? To blave. It means to bluff. A nice BMT of bacon mutton tomato sandwich where the mutton is oh so tender. Have fun storming the castle. I used to say that one all the time. Whenever like people would go to do something, like have fun storming the castle. Hunt down like a lion. Oh, I do remember that. Yes, and his response is, oh yeah, tuna. And they're like, they're in completely different ecosystems. If a lion wanders into the water, the tuna's gonna win. That's right. I do remember that, David. Oh, that's just by how poorly aged some of it. Oh gosh, good old Jim Carrey. Dude, I love Bruce Almighty though. Opinion on Pop-Tarts. Some of the flavors hit like the most delicious thing you've ever tasted. Other ones just taste like absolute doo-doo. They're less of a breakfast and more of a dessert, but I don't care. I'm still eating it for breakfast. Give me those jelly raviolis. Crust or no crust on them? Who breaks off the crust of Pop-Tarts? The real question you should be asking is frozen, regular, or toasted? That is the true question. And like with most of my opinions, I firmly believe that there's a room for a lot of interpretation there. I believe that, you know, some of them are really good at room temperature, like the strawberry ones. I think if you heat up the strawberry ones, they get too sweet, and if you cool them down, they have too little taste. And so I think they're great at room temperature. I think the raspberry ones are great warm, and I think that any of the dessert ones are delicious frozen. What's my go-to soda? Have you not been watching? Coke. It's typically Coke. But, you know, Baja Blast is also solid. My favorite soda, though, it tastes like nostalgia and memories, is my 130 crystals. It's called Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and it only comes around for video games, or at least it used to. It should be coming out midway through November this year, if I recall. They started bringing it back as of last year. It'd been like 8 years since they'd had it around, and they bring it back. They would bring it back for like Call of Duties and Halos, and so I drank it when I was playing Halo 4 when it came out. When Halo 3 came out, was drinking it. It just tastes like memories to me, like, you know, playing with my dad and my brothers on Halo. And I love the flavor of them. Oh, John, you love balls? Good to know. Do you like your chicken nuggets with or without the skin? If you're taking the time to skin your chicken nuggets, you're definitely an odd duck. Fun fact, warm or cold, Wep? I know you're probably talking about the Pop-Tart discussion, but fun fact about soda, actually. So if you try Coke versus Pepsi, a big proponent of the reason that they taste different is because Coke was invented before refrigeration was really a thing. And so Coke is actually designed to be drank warm. And so I prefer the taste of Coke being cold, but that's why people consider Coke being a bitter beverage versus Pepsi being more sweet, is because Pepsi was designed when refrigeration was around, and when a temperature gets cooler, it actually lowers the degree of sweetness. And so that's why Pepsi tastes much sweeter than Coke, is because a cold Pepsi is what a normal temperature Coke is supposed to be at for their overall formulation process. Most sodas nowadays are developed to be cold beverages because refrigeration is a thing nowadays, whereas Coke was not, because refrigeration just wasn't around in the 1800s, late 1800s. So Fun fact. Okay, to be fair, Wep, if you are like hungry and you need a snack, crushing up, like taking a thing of ramen, crushing it up, pouring the packet of seasoning in there, and then just shaking it up and then eating it like potato chips is actually not a bad snack. It's not my favorite, but that's because I don't like crunchy stuff. But I do think the flavor's solid, and I think can definitely see why certain people like it. It's actually a really cool fact, not gonna lie. Well, here's a really not cool fact then. Since I'm on a roll right now, I've got to ruin that roll immediately. Did you know that whale's breast milk comes out the consistency of cottage cheese, so that way they can eat it underwater? I have just ruined your night. You're welcome. Someone asked a question. What was it? Most of Hollywood prefers. I need to rethink my life. So Coke's opinion is invalid. Yes, it originally did have other things in it. You're welcome, swag. So you're saying whales have it better than us? That is a wild thing to say, Brett. Wild. Wild, bro. What was the question? I saw a question. Oh gosh, did someone delete it? No, best type of cookie. AJ was asking best type of cookie. I have a special craving at all times for Girl Scout cookie Thin Mints and Girl Scout cookie Tagalongs. I think those things are of heaven. But overall, my favorite cookies are my mom's chocolate chip cookies. They are so good, especially because I'm not usually a big fan of chocolate chips in the sense of like the semi-sweet. Like I like the milk chocolate, but most people bake with the semi-sweet or the dark chocolate. Not a big fan of it. I don't like that flavor. And so the fact that I like her cookies is wild to me. And so definitely my favorite cookies are my mom's chocolate chip cookies. I'll make them for you guys sometime on a stream. Real question is, how does RB know that? I mean, beavers hang out in water, right? I'm sure a whale has wandered into a river at some point and met a beaver. I don't think I can simply just return to productivity after that. There's striped chocolate cookie on some sort of grain-looking cookie. Has a hole in the middle like a donut. I know the cookies you're talking about, but I don't know the names of them. Hey man, you good? is that referring to the title, Stormpooper? I should probably write this out just in case. I definitely misspelled saddened, but I don't care. We're pinning that. It doesn't matter with the typo. Yeah, just the announcement of the changes to Ty Dorito and Punishing One coming to the game, 2 content creators leaving the game, the amount of time spent in the game, it's getting really rough in the game overall, and I'm worried about it. That's mostly what that is about. Keebler cookies, there you go. I don't like coconut that much, Wep. Coconut's one of those few things that, like, if it's in something, I appreciate a good coconut, but like the coconut flavor by itself is not my favorite. It shouldn't be the main focus of something. So like I've had some really good pina colada stuff. Not a big fan of coconut by itself, and like when something's marketed as pina colada and it just has a ton of that coconut taste, I'm not interested in it. So want to do a rant video? I did less of a rant video and more of a depressed video just earlier, which is why I made this stream, was because I just put out a video where I'm like, well, I think CG's trying to ruin the game. Madness, speaking on the same kind of idea as Speedos, did you know that Ski-Doos is actually a typo and they were originally supposed to be called Ski Dogs? The little things that you ride in the water. And it was a typo that they ended up just running with. Punishing one so busted I'm consistently being 7-star executors with 4-star executor. Nice, Brett. At least you can take advantage of it, right? Not huge on the coconut itself for the texture. The texture of coconut is weird, I will say that. More facts because all the facts you give are amazing. I don't know. Ugh. Oh, here's a fun one. Speaking of Coca-Cola, I did a huge report on Coca-Cola back in like, ooh, what was it? It was like 8th grade because my dad was obsessed with Coke and I really liked Coke as well. It was just, you know, me trying to be like my dad originally, and then now it's just something that I love. So Coca-Cola, fun fact, during the Vietnam War, we used to ship tankers of Coke syrup to the troops. Makes sense. You know, we've done this since like World War II. In fact, it's been a fun thing where in World War II, several Japanese officers and German officers lost hope in the war because they found that the Americans had an entire, like, you know, tanker going around the Pacific that was just doling out ice cream. They had 3 boats just for ice cream to deliver to their troops. And the fact that they were barely surviving the war and the Americans were coming in and just bringing in excess and bringing in, you know, ice cream to the troops demoralized them heavily. That being said, in the Vietnam War, we would ship Coke, and there is a report of a certain attack by the Viet Cong where they attacked a base and they blew up a tanker of syrup, assuming that it was a tanker of oil, hoping to like disrupt supply lines. And the reports say that the doughboys, the cooks, were so upset with the tanker being destroyed that they're the primary ones that fought off the force and like hunted them down through the forest. We get Professor Beaver tonight. I'm actually just gonna basic here. Wow, and it dodged. I was like, oh yeah, we can basic here. It'll get a crit, and then we can just go and start, you know, getting the days off of us. But no, we get a dodge. Yeah, exactly, Brett. Did you know the band Skillet got their name as a joke that accidentally stuck? The band lead singer said before during interviews that he hates the name. I love that, man, so much. I'll see myself out. Oh, beautiful. I'm trying to think of anything else fun facty. That makes sense, Madness. Honestly, that makes sense. Soda Twist of Rally, the Viet Cong saved many lives from diabetes. Did you know that, this is another fun fact about Vietnam. There's a lot of bad fun facts I can tell you guys about wars, and specifically World War II and Vietnam. But this one's just kind of an interesting one to me. Did you know that the widely considered one of the worst occupations you could have during the Vietnam War as part of the military was actually a chopper gunner? Because at any given moment, less than 50% of all helicopters were functional on the American side in Vietnam, just due to how dense the foliage, what is that word? Foliage? I don't know. How densely packed all the trees and everything was. And so they would go down constantly. They have tons of errors and problems where they'd have to repair things just because they were not built for that environment. Plus, on top of that, they get shot down very often. And so becoming a door gunner was considered a death sentence. Foliage. Let's see. Sure. That'll actually help for our geos. Foliage. Foliage? I don't know. Now we need a Beaver video essay on Vietnam. Oh gosh. Did you know if there had been better communication during the Great Depression, that people could have probably predicted it and actually pulled themselves out of the Great Depression? One of the main factors that is part of the Great Depression is the fact that everything was involved in the automotive industry. And so during that time, you know, automotives were becoming a thing. And so politicians were involved with the automotive industry. Hence the reason we have a lot of laws that Tesla has been fighting where it's like, oh, you have to go through a dealership to sell your cars. And so that was one of the first big things Tesla fought for in their courts, was the fact that they wanted to sell them themselves so they didn't have to force people to spend a bunch of money going to a dealer. And so like politicians get involved. That's all from the leftover from the Great Depression. Treegrass, welcome to the damn community. Never mind, not welcome to the damn community. Welcome, my friend, to, you know, the worst place you could possibly be. If you actually give me your Discord, I will report you on any social media account that you have connected to that, because I get this scam way too often on my other account, my friend. And honestly, you scammers, for some reason, don't think to remove your personal social media accounts off of your Discord, and it's quite entertaining for me to take you guys down. Because I usually don't have much in the way of being able to get rid of scammers, but you guys are a new breed, and for some reason you give me your personal information, and I'm going to utilize that. Anyways, back to the fun fact. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Does anyone remember? Oh yeah, the Great Depression. Yeah, and so everything was in the automotive industry. People started doing credit, where you could like purchase a car over time. Problem is, eventually you hit a point where most people who can afford cars have gotten cars. And so it hit a point where everyone had cars and everyone had a hand in the automotive industry, the steel coming in for it, all of the rubber, all of the everything that you need to make a car. And then all of a sudden it all broke down because no one's buying cars anymore because they don't need any more. But if you had just skipped 10 years in the past and seen what was happening leading up, you would have seen that miners were already in a depression. You also had people that were farmers in a depression. There was a huge sandstorm that year that caused a lot of crops to go down. There's a reason that the New Deal plan that pulled us out of the Great Depression involved settling Alaska, which is where I grew up. So a lot of it actually had to do with the miners and the farmers leading up, as well as the automotive industry happening as it did. And so if we had had better communication between what was happening throughout the US, we probably could have taken steps to stop it. Sounds good, Parallel Bradley. We're just having fun telling fun facts. So, and yes, we are spending refreshes on the free-to-play account because we're trying to get to normal Conquest right now. You look at the band Disturbed's logo, it's actually comprised of 4 different religions' logos matched into one. Oh, that's interesting. Huh, I like that madness. Just recorded my lines. Let's see if I can put this up tomorrow. What is it, Yotter? Even the word jaywalking was invented by car industries and depression. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so here, I'll show you guys right now. This is the scam. So, they'll follow you and it'll pop up, oh, this person follows you, and then they'll be like, yo, this stream's cool, or a lot of the times they'll say something in broken English. They're like, oh, tell me your streaming schedule so I can watch you up later, my Discord name is blah blah blah, are you interested in art? And then they just send you AI art, and they're like, yo, here's some AI art for you, do you want this for your channel? I can make, you know, opening scenes, starting soon scenes, little emojis for you, and it's all just stolen from the internet and stolen from other people and used with AI, and then they charge you like $4,000, and so they typically look for smaller Twitch channels, and they run this scam. And I literally see it like once a week on the PP channel, and when I have the brain capacity, I follow them on Discord, and they start messaging me incessantly while I'm, you know, overall just reporting all of their accounts for spam and making sure that they get kicked off Twitch and all that kind of stuff. So it's really annoying. Sam Jackson's character in Jurassic Park was supposed to have his own death scene. However, the set was supposed to be used for that scene got wiped out by a hurricane. That's wild. Did you know all of the buildings left over in Tanzania from the Tatooine sets in Star Wars are all still there, and like homeless people live in them? Boba's out of donuts to the Chewy Lightspeed bundle. That'd be hilarious. Oh, that would be hilarious, Yotter. Why, thank you, AJ. Boris, so help me. Oh, gosh. A sim button for territory battle, that'd be nice. CLS. I'm just gonna call you CLS. There's no way I'm calling you Commander Luke Skywalker, my friend. Gareth Edwards went there when he was young. Went where? Dude, I'm so lost in the oh, you're talking about Tanzania. Oh, dude, there's a I saw the most interesting cosplay at FedEx. So there, if you look in the like all of the behind the scenes to Star Wars Episode 4, you'll see this guy who is wearing like bright pink shorts because it's freaking hot while they're filming, and he's like the boom operator, and he's like in all of the background sequences you can see him. He's wearing no shirt and then bright pink shorts. And so at FanX, I actually saw someone that was dressed in bright pink shorts holding a boom mic and following around these gonk droids, and it was one of my favorite cosplays I saw at FanX. It was hilarious. No, they're not bots. It's your boy. It's not a bot. It's actual people. It's really interesting because like you'd figure that it was a bot, but the thing is, all the bots keep getting banned because they use the same phrases, and so people just know to put it in their banned phrases of the phrases that the bots say, and so the bots just automatically get banned whenever they try to talk and chat. And so this is like the newest form where they get people and they're like, "Hey, you want to make $1 million in a week?" And they're like, "Yes, obviously." And they're like, "All you have to do is sell this art that isn't yours." And they're like, "Oh, that's so easy. What's my lines?" And it's like this, and they're like, "Good, because I barely can speak English. I need the lines." So like, yeah, it's interesting. Budget for the original John Carpenter Halloween movie was $365,000. I've never watched the Halloween movie. But $50 price tag is a lot. Yeah, it's rough, dude. It's rough. That's not one that I like to sit here and be like, yes, you should, or no, you shouldn't, because it's a rough one to convince anyone to go for, because it's $50. And honestly, it's not actually that bad of a farm considering a lot of the other farms that we have nowadays. So like, I don't know. I leave it up to you. I trust your capable hands, dude. Trying to think of what other fun facts I know offhand. That one's inappropriate. Interesting madness. Yeah, I honestly think that those are going to come up next. Parallel Bradley. It is expensive. What do you have the characters at to unlock Starkiller? What the bundle is exactly what you need them at. So you can literally get it the same day that you get the bundle. So Relic 5 for all 4 characters. Do you think there'll be a second Lightspeed bundle release with Chewie? I don't think so. I think it'll just be Chewie. You'll be able to get Rey? Heck yeah, Parallel Bradley. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Ewoks are not speaking gibberish. Ewoks actually speak a combination of 3 different languages together. So technically, if you were to understand all 3 languages, you could understand a good deal of Ewok. No, I'm asking what he has those characters at. Oh, if you have them in Gear 7, you're saving a lot of Kairos. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, E-Dude, yeah, where are your characters for that? Like, do you have a relic, you know, do you have a relic Mara Jade or anything like that? When is the Chewie? No idea. All we have is a picture. We don't know when it's coming out. There's a chance it comes with tomorrow's update. Who knows? We have Lightspeed bundles kind of pop up out of nowhere. So... I did Chewie with just the Mando bundle. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, this will be our last battle on this account, and then we'll move on to our final account, and then probably head out. Emperor Palpatine, you, and Vader. If you need all 4, I believe the valuation was a bit over 1K. Dang, Vader. Going crazy. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just taking care of something right now. There we go. Almost done with my bounty hunters. Yeah, the bounty hunter stuff for Chewie is really not hard. Like, really not hard. Like, if I were to roll the dice a couple times on my other account, I would have Chewie done. And on this account, I just need to up my gear levels by like a couple levels and I'm done. Nobody except the director and Wilder had any clue what was going to happen in the famous tunnel scene in the OG Willy Wonka, so everyone's fear and terror was genuine. Same with the going into the candy room. That was the first time that any of them had actually been on the set, and so their wonder and shock is actually real as well. Additionally, Gene Wilder actually said he wouldn't do the role unless they let him do the scene at the very beginning where he's using the cane and then he does his somersault. And when asked why, he said, because at that point, you can never trust another word out of Willy Wonka's mouth. The booty hunters. I'm hoping so too, E-Dude. I'm hoping for some Jabba bounty hunters. I love that madness. Did you guys know that in Django Unchained, where Leonardo DiCaprio smears blood on the one person's face and the chick's face, it's his actual blood? He actually cut his hand during that scene and just kept going with it. So her horror's real. Which is absolutely wild. Oh, gosh. Gosh dang, guys. You're doing everything without me. Darth Tavares. Yeah, I would love to see some C-Rex coming soon. I think that's one that a lot of us have called. Yeah, it's your boy. There's a lot of Chirotex. Speaking of, you guys have all seen Home Alone, right? You reminded me about this, David. You guys have seen Home Alone, right? The scene where, you know, oh, what is his name? Marv? No, not Marv. It's the other one. The guy with the curly hair. When he's in the basement and he's sneaking in, and the iron falls down like the laundry chute and hits him in the face. Looking up and doing that, the way that they filmed that is a, you know, like couple 100-pound camera that they dropped down towards him, and then like stopped it before it hit him in the face. So like he had to be calm and like show that he's terrified right there, but he's like actually terrified because this couple 100-pound camera might kill him if they don't actually, if like they aren't able to stop it. Was it Marv? Yeah. And so like that, when the iron's coming down, it comes from the perspective of the iron towards his face. It's a couple 100-pound camera coming down towards him. What relic should I take 3POC to? Just take him to bare minimum requirements. If you're like looking for a place to stop, you can stop him at relic 3 or relic 5 and be fine. But keep in mind with the Galactic Legends, you have him as a requirement for Jedi Master Luke at relic 5. And you have him in Leia, right, as a relic 7 requirement. So it's kind of up to you. You can leave him as low as relic 3, but feel free to bring him up to relic 5, and if you really want to, relic 7 if you're going to work towards Leia soon. So okay, on to our final account for the night, guys. I know, we're sitting here forever. Oh, my back just popped and that hurt. Ugh. I'm trying to think of what else I know fun facts about. There's plenty in real life that I should know fun facts about, and I'm trying to think of what. Home Alone 2, when they discovered Kevin was missing, was not done on a set, so when his mom screams Kevin, the reaction from the people behind them were real. Oh, that's interesting. RB, do you think SLKR team should be able to 3-star that Iden boss node in Sector 2? I don't know, Darth Tyrannus. I feel like you should be able to with it. Wherever you want to, he's a Relic 7 requirement on, or sorry, she. It did say in her kit reveal that it was a she. Or actually, it was the announcement, not actually the kit reveal. But she is required at Relic 7 for Leia. If you're trying to get the Scout Trooper up just for the Iden team, I honestly would just say leave her at Gear 12 until you're ready to go for Leia. I don't think it's really one that you really necessarily need to Relic. And if you're going to leave her at a Relic level, leave her at Relic 3. What's the compulsory Lord of the Rings fact? The compulsory Lord of the Rings fact is that when Viggo Mortensen hits kicks the helmet when he's angry, he actually breaks his toe. Now, that being said, there's tons of fun facts about those movies that are really interesting. For instance, during the Fellowship of the Ring, when they're paddling down the river, and they're actually the actors paddling down the river, but a couple of them are stunt doubles. And the stunt double that was with Viggo Mortensen, that was the stunt double for Frodo, as they're paddling down this river, he whispers to him because they're trying to stay still and act like natural the entire time, so they can't like show that they're talking as they're paddling down this river. He's like trying not to like speak out of the side of his mouth, and he's like, if we because it's like super shaky, these aren't great boats that are like really smooth, and so he's like, if it tips, just leave me here. I've never learned to swim. Just save yourself. and it scared the shiz out of Vigo, and he had to like be very careful the entire time. And then when he got off the boat after filming and everything, he's like, "You were joking about that, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, I never learned to swim. I have no idea how to swim. I'd probably drown." And he's like, "What?" So yeah, fun fact, hunting never goes bad. Interesting. Last fun fact, a professional wrestler who used to wrestle under the name Chris Masters once saved his mother by lifting an entire tree off her house by himself. That's wild madness. Let's see, what do we have any other Lord of the Rings ones I know offhand? During the filming of The Hobbit, Ian McKellen, that's his name, right? The guy who plays Gandalf, broke down crying on the set of The Hobbit because it was all green screens, and he was very upset about what acting had become in the last couple of years. I'm doing well, Draco. I do have depression in general, like it hits in bouts, but I've done really well as of late. There's a reason that I have a dog. Yeah, overall, I've been dealing with depression most of my life, but I've been in a very good place for a very long time, and I've improved my life immensely. And so it doesn't affect me too much. There's still days that I have that are rough, hence the reason I don't have the best posting schedule at times. But hey, it happens. Am I depressed right now? No. Am I being melodramatic? Yes. But like, CG needs to fix their crap. Sean Connery and the Lord of the Rings. I don't know this fun fact, Boris. Tell me. Fun fact. In the movie The Martian, the actor for Boromir, what is his name? Oh gosh. I had his name in my head just a second ago. I can't remember his name for some reason. Sean Bean. He shows up in the Martian and is the one that explains what the Council of Elrond is to the people in the room as they're talking about why they named their project the Council of Elrond, which I think is one of the funniest pieces of irony ever in cinema history. Also, Childish Gambino in the scene where he is like woken up and he trips over the trash can. That was all accidental, that he tripped over the trash can, and they just kept filming, and that was the actual actor being like, "You okay?" And he's like, yeah, and then like stands up and like pushes past him. That's all, you know, accidental during that take. Thanks, Draco, or Yotter. Depression is a hell of a drug. Yeah, you're not wrong. He was offered the role of Gandalf and offered like 5% of the profits and turned it down because he didn't understand the story. Fair. Oh, there was another one that was kind of like that. I don't remember who it was. Or rather, I remember who it was. But I don't remember what movie it was, so I'm not going to bring it up. Unfun fact, the actress who voiced Ducky in The Land Before Time was... Dang. I actually did know that. There's actually like a documentary out there about that. I've wanted to for a long time, AR. I do love reading, hence the reason I've read a lot of Star Wars books. I do love reading. It's been on my list for a long time. I've never gotten around to reading it, though. Maybe I'll grab an audiobook version of it and listen to it, because I have a lot of time at work where I can listen to audiobooks. But we'll see what I can do, because I do want to read that book. But yeah, it's super unfortunate what happened to her. There's actually a documentary about Mr. Rogers that I think is on Hulu that I actually really enjoyed. It was really interesting because like Mr. Rogers was a little before my time. Like I vaguely remember watching him once or twice, but like it was kind of before my time. And like he did some amazing things for, you know, people growing up, like, you know, going through and talking about 9/11 on a kids show is wild. But like he was able to, you know, simplify it and kind of explain why, you know, their parents were scared, why their parents were acting interesting and different after this event that happened. And like he would tackle these huge issues in a way that would vibe with parents and children, that allow them to, like, you know, let the kids know what's going on without just sheltering the kids. And it was really impressive what he pulled off. And I don't know if there'll ever be something like that. Because like nowadays, like basically everything that kids watch is typically just brain rot of one type or another. There's a reason that iPad kids are a thing. Mr. Rogers was a saint. And like the dude was just, it was literally like, yeah. He was how I like to think of this channel. Like, I'm not saying that I'm trying to teach kids hard things, but I don't want to do this for the money. I want to be able to do this for, you know, the sake of helping people. Like, I cannot tell you how stressed I've been when I didn't have a job about making good content that's good by the sakes of YouTube standards, where I'm like trying my best to make good content for that's going to get out there and get views, so that way I can make sure I make enough to survive. I hated doing that. I want to be able to drop a guide on how to do, I don't know, the CLS event. Like, it's going to be something that no one's going to watch except for the 30 people that need it in 2024. But I want to be able to help the 30 people in 2024. So, like, being able to make stuff like that and really focus on you guys is how I prefer that this whole YouTube thing works. And the fact that, you know, I get some money on the side, I think is really, really cool, but it's not necessary. I would love to just, you know, be here with you guys and, you know, do everything and, you know, have fun. Not have to worry about things, can do fun things like doing a Denny's run for the members just because why not, and doing like a subathon just because everyone thinks it's fun and I get to play a fun Star Wars game I haven't done, not because it's, you know, I'm gonna make a bunch of money, because most of that money is gonna be funneled right back into the actual, you know, YouTube channel. So I don't know, it's definitely what I prefer. Stop making me feel old. Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross, and Steve Irwin are the holy trinity of wholesomeness. I can 100% agree with that. Pandemic lockdowns in 2020 put me in depression for a long time because I have severe asthma. I was basically told every day that I was going to die. Yeah, that's fair, dude. That would be rough to live with. I'm sorry, dude. That's really rough. Yeah, during that time, I was trying to be someone that I wasn't, and it was very weighing on my mind. And I've done a lot of healing since then, and figured out my life a lot. And honestly, this channel's actually helped a lot with just kind of me figuring out who I am and who I want to be. I'm glad you're still with us, Boris. I'm glad you made it through the whole pandemic. That was such a rough time for so many people. Fair madness. As much as the Pepsi job was bad for my overall, you know, desire to do things after work and, like, you know, have time for myself, it really helped me figure out what I wanted in life and realize what I needed to do. Love Bane for Conquest. Oh, I love Bane for Conquest too. It's so great. You are the Dam Overlord and keeper of the Beaver Dam, the leader of the 2% and the prophet of PPs. I'm guessing you're meaning prophet as in PROPHET, not profit as in money. I had such anger issues at one point. My school threatened to expel me if I didn't visit a school-appointed therapist. Fair. I was a very violent child as well. To be fair, I had a rough childhood in general. Not saying that I like grew up on the streets or anything, but you know, as some of you who are members who have been to some of the older member videos, probably heard me talk about some of the stuff I went through in high school. But yeah, I remember distinctly there was this one time at work when I worked at McDonald's as a teenager. I threatened to crack a girl's skull on the grill because she just kept, you know, annoying the crap out of me. And for me, that was like a normal thing I'd say because, you know, I was online chronically for playing video games with random people online. And in, you know, Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2 era of playing video games, you say some pretty violent and despicable things to each other. Got talked to about that one. Fleet Arena, you're number 82. Heck yeah. I think I'm hovering between 50 and 100 on the free-to-play account right now, and it's really cool to see. In other words, our hero. Why, thank you, Wep. Fair enough, Wep. Oh yeah, but what's important is not, you know, who you are compared to, you know, what others have been through and what you have been through. It's really just, have you improved in the last couple of years? We're not saying have you gotten a better job. We're not saying have you, you know, accomplished all your goals. We're just simply asking, have you become a better person? Have you improved yourself? Have you mentally been better? You know, do you have more of a reason to smile this year than last? That's really what matters, because comparison's the thief of joy. So, haven't touched quad since 2019. Yeah, I'll play competitive games occasionally, but you know, it just kind of depends, because competitive games aren't really something I can chill out to. It's something when I'm feeling competitive, and other times they'll just bring out me being upset. 100% agreed, Draco. Have you seen my son? What are you talking about, Yotter? Gak killed competitive games for me. I still really enjoy Gak, and I still am enjoying Gak, just because there's always something satisfying about absolutely destroying your opponent, even though they have 8 GLs and 3 meta fleets. Like, I destroyed all 3 of my opponents this week, and it felt great. Like, just because I bounce around more because of the Kyber squish and that kind of thing, like, the decreased rewards is annoying, but like, I still get to be competitive and enjoy myself, so. Move forward and do better, that's all that matters. Yeah. What's the most important step a man can take? It is not, in fact, the first step, it is the next step. The first step is important, but after that first step, the most important step is the next step, because if you don't take that next one, you're just going to go back to who you were before. And after that step, what do you think the next important step is after that next step? It's the next step. Just continually improve, continue to better yourself, and break the cycle of, you know, awfulness that has captured a lot of our society. If you were bullied as a kid, don't bully others. If, you know, you had terrible parents, be good parents. It takes a lot, because, like, you know, when you grow up without a dad, for instance, it's hard because you have no idea how to do a lot of the stuff you should be able to do intuitively or should know because someone taught you. You don't have that. You're gonna have to learn yourself and then pass it on to someone else. Takes a lot more work, but it'll not only better your life, or it'll better everyone's. The world changes not based on what happens within the White House, but rather what happens in the walls of our own home. Where do I need to spend this 100 energy? It's worth an RG. Hey, Sergeant Cooker. Welcome. Went from Kyber 5 to Rhodium 2, even though I won, so lucky. Yeah, that's probably based... Like, that one makes sense. Kyber 5 to Rhodium 2 is pretty common. It's basically just, you know, stuff happening where it's like your overall rating is low enough that you're still underneath the Kyber 5 area, and typically anyone in Kyber 5 will usually be relegated. So like anyone in Bronzium 5 will probably be relegated to Carbonite 1 or 2, just depending on how low your overall rating is. It's very common for that. Although I have a friend who was in a Rhodium 2 and got dropped to Chromium 2, which is wild. I've never heard of that happening. Let's get past the path. Swigo therapy win. I think aside from Swigo, I don't know if I'll ever touch it, because super competitive game again. It's like quitting drugs when the addiction finally wears off. You're just turned off by the idea 100%. Yeah, and the moment that you get back into it, if it's something that's bad for you, if it's something that is negatively going to impact your life, getting back into it, you're going to get back into it, and it's just going to... You'll spiral. You know, for some people, you know, drinking a little bit of alcohol is fine when they're you know, they're doing social things. But for an alcoholic, they can never touch it again. Otherwise, it can end very badly. There's no amount of, like, you know, willpower for an alcoholic that's going to let them overcome it fully, where they can then do it as just like something they do on occasion. They have to avoid it entirely. So that makes sense, Madness. Tried to play Fall Guys once, had so much fun, but I never played again because I just didn't want to go into another competitive hobby. Yeah, fair. Can we get a couple General Kenobis for Sergeant Cooker? Yeah, treat every person like they're going through something in their life, and 95% of the time you're going to be right. You're exactly right, AJ. You literally are a member, Yotter. You can literally drop a General Kenobi in the chat. Heck yeah, Sergeant Cooker. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, Wep, that's something that it always hurts my soul to see, and I'm glad, like, dude, one of the most gratifying things for me has been the fact that we've had many a conversation about Acolyte. And of course, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Acolyte, but like so often I see people online, the moment Acolyte's mentioned, it's just immediately bigotry, sexism, racism, all this different kinds of stuff. And we've had conversations about it. We've had people here that don't like it. We've had people that love it. We've had both sides of the spectrum, and we all talk about it like adults. We aren't toxic about it. We just, you know, we talk about it and we enjoy it. You know, some of us enjoy the show, some of us don't, and that's fine. And so it's been really, really cool to be able to see that happen in our community versus, you know, because like when it first started talking about it, I saw in our community that, like, you know, there's obviously going to be some contention talking about it, but we talk about it and nothing too big would happen, and we kind of break up anything that was happening. And then you jump into other forums. I started jumping into like other forms of media, seeing what other people are talking about. I realized just how bad the scene was and how bad like everything was with other content creators. I was like, I am so so glad to be part of the Beaver Dam. You guys are awesome, and I love being here with you guys. So. That's what you love it, Draco. Look, what about Night Sister Acolyte? The real Acolyte we all care about. Night Sister Acolyte. Exactly, Sergeant Cooker. Oh, it's nighttime. I should probably deploy my stuff for rote on both my accounts. Fill platoons before dumping. I don't have any light side platoons for you guys, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, I've got a Sonostaros for you. This one only needs one Sonostaros. So we'll do that one. Yeah, 100%, Michael. Fair, AJ. We all have times when we're toxic, we have our problems, and hopefully we grow out of it at some point. The people that I struggle to get along with are those people who they admit they have a problem, but then that's as far as they get, and they're just never willing to take a step past that. That always bugs me, and I'm like, dude, you could improve your life, you could become a better person, and yet you're letting it stay that way. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have 5 relic characters for this. There it is. Oh, look at that, guys. Out of curiosity, I just checked something. You guys want to see something cool? Get kicked off of, but there's nothing they can do. Yeah. Yeah, the people that say they want to change but never do, they never put actions into it. Or those people who just like, yeah. It's just the people who don't want to change. Because, like, as much as, you know, you might like who you are right now, there's a better version of yourself. You don't have to change who you are fundamentally, but you can improve who you are today, tomorrow. So, like, I kid you not, my desk right here I have in front of me, across all of my screens, because I've got 3 screens here, 1 in the middle and then 2 on each side, I have sticky notes of things. I've got, you know, on this screen I have life goals and to do as of, like, I need to do in the next week or so. On this one I have all of my YouTube goals. On this one I have all of my work goals. And so, like, you know, it's important to always try to be improving. So, but anyways, they just don't know how to improve it. Yeah, I do think that's a big problem. Yeah, so I don't know. Should we make a YouTube short out of this? Because this is actually fascinating to me. And I don't want to drop another YouTube video tonight. It's also midnight and I really need to go to bed. But I want to show you guys this really quick. You guys ready for this? So this is Ahsoka Tano's basic. GL Ahsoka Tano Gray basic. Meaning there's probably going to be the transformation mechanic we were talking about earlier. Her GL ability is probably going to be switching her into GL Ahsoka the White. On top of that, Padawan Sabine basic. We have the name of the new character. Interesting, interesting. Y'all ready for this? Yeah, it was just interesting to see that we have the name of the new character and we have a little hint towards Ahsoka Tano, and that we're gonna get a white version of her as well. So if you go and watch Ahsoka, the show, let's pull up a picture. Ahsoka Tano live action. So this is how she looks at the beginning of the Ahsoka show. She's wearing this gray cloak. But then after she has her little vision quest, let's see if we can find a image. We'll find it, I promise. There we go. She starts wearing white clothing. White. Yeah. She starts wearing clothes like this after her little vision quest. And so we are looking at probably something along this line of where she's wearing gray at the beginning. Because you look at the image that we have for her. Where is it? Here we go. Here's the image for her. Ahsoka Tano gray. But yeah, so you got the gray version, and then we don't have a white version, and this is the GL version of her. So most likely we're going to have her ultimate be kind of like a JML transformation or a Sith Eternal transformation, where she switches into her, Gucci clothes. So is that in the data mines? Yeah, it's in the data mines. It's not technically data mines. It's called game assets. It's in the same section as general data mine. You shall not pass is the move that turns it from gray to white. Yeah, you have to make something pretty unique to be different from JML. You're completely correct. I agree. I don't know what that could be, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm very, very curious what they're gonna do with it. Okay. Yes, exactly like Gandalf Ninja. I could whip something up really quick. You know what? Why not? We'll set it to post tomorrow morning, and we'll whip up something really quick. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll do that. Okay, sweet. And then Ahsoka Tano live action. We're gonna need this picture. We're gonna need Ahsoka. If I can really write Ahsoka Tano. There we go. And we'll do it this way. Okay, we'll record this real quick. You guys ready for a quick recording? What will that Balin pack have in game assets? What do you mean? Balin. That's the event, Balin Skull. Which one's the pack are you seeing? This is his PNG file. Yeah, that's his icon. Charlie Balin Skull PNG. I think that I don't actually know what that one's for. That might be his. Oh yeah, it says his journey guide image. Okay. Well, I only see those 3 images. I don't see anything about a pack. Oh, there's more images. Hold on. Okay, let's bring this over on the screen just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Newsletter. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. Newsletter. Pack. Okay, yeah, there's a pack. This will be. It looks like it's saying there's going to be Balin's skull shards, but that can't be right. You can't purchase Balin's skull. So maybe this will be random shards for the characters that are required for him. And there we go. Okay, yeah, and then a bundle. And so, yeah, this will probably be random shards. This one right here will probably be random shards, and then this one will probably be guaranteed shards, and it'll cost money, and it'll be for all of the characters. It'll be like 30 shards for each of the characters. It's usually how they do it. Welcome friends to the Beaver. I don't want to welcome friends because it's a YouTube short. How are we going to do this? I don't like doing shorts. I'm not good at shorts. Crazy stuff happening in Galaxy of Heroes. We have some images. This is the wrong one, isn't it? Yeah, this is the wrong. Hold on. We want that one. There we go. I was like, hold up. Okay, we got it. Okay. Crazy stuff happening in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You can see here that we have Ahsoka. Guys, I'm tired. I can't do this. Okay. I need to become Rabid Beaver the White. That sounds racist. Okay. Mara, you are really good at moving your bed into unfortunate places. Crazy things happening in Galaxy of Heroes. We have a little leak from our data mine of some images of what appears to be Sabine's kit. Goth Mommy Sabine is coming to the game, and we have a name. If you look up here at the top of the screen, Padawan Sabine. Very, very interesting. Coming to the game, we have 2 abilities, a basic and a special. So very interesting stuff right there. We also noticed something a little interesting as we were looking at Ahsoka's overall abilities. If you look at the name of her stuff as well, we have GL Ahsoka Tano gray basic, meaning there might be a white basic. Now, to explain this really quick, we're going to pop up this image right here and talk a bit about it in the show. We see her in this gray version when she's wearing a gray cloak at the beginning of the show. Then she has her little vision quest, you know, a little bit of world between action. I don't want to go too much into it because of spoilers, but then we see Ahsoka in her white garb, and we see Ahsoka the White. So I'm thinking a JML style ultimate. It's going to be very interesting to see, but please let me know what you think, because absolutely crazy things are coming. Sweet. I should be able to edit that together fairly easily. And action. Cut 3. Yep. What are you hoping for? I don't know if I spelled it right. Lightspeed bundle that I'm hoping for. None. I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of Lightspeed bundled out. I think Lightspeed bundles should be gone. I don't think there should be any more. I think they should just rerun what they have and rerun them frequently. I think they should set up a basis on how often they rerun them. Like, even if it's just like every 2 weeks, they bring a random 2 back. and they just keep doing that, I think that would be excellent, and I think that would be the best thing for the health of the game. If I were to like say which Lightspeed bundle I would be most likely to be okay with, it'd be a Sith Eternal Lightspeed bundle. I'd be down for a Revan Lightspeed bundle and a Sith Eternal Lightspeed bundle. It's the only two that I could see still coming out and it not upsetting the game balance of the game. And so I think those are excellent ones, especially the Revans, because the Revans are kind of getting to that point where unless you're going for Leviathan, they're really not in the meta of the game. And so Sith Eternal and Revans would be something I wish, because especially people love the Revans, and so the ability to pay a little bit and get the Revans I think would be a great thing for a lot of people. We are not in the 1800s anymore. What do you mean? Get ready for a music video tomorrow. Get Cup, Ugnaught, Jedi Guardian, and Consular bundle. Oh my gosh, the meta bundle. I'd love a C-pack right now. Yeah. But yeah, I deployed, right? Yeah, I deployed. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Thank you guys for being here. It has been lovely to have you. I love each and every one of you. Let's go to the outro screen. I'm gonna see if we have anyone we can raid. Jawa bundle. I would love to see a Jawa bundle. Yeah, if it's those outskirt teams, I would love to see it. I would love to see Jawa. I would love to see Tusken Raider, stuff like that. I would love to see. But like giving us like a Leia bundle, I think is a terrible idea. Giving us a Profundity bundle, I think is a terrible idea. I think everything we have is basically all we should have. In fact, I think we've taken a couple steps too far at this point. I really doubt there's anyone live right now, but we're gonna try anyways. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the middle of the night and listening to me babble on about fun facts and philosophy and I don't know what else. No one's live on YouTube, on Twitch. It's already not looking good because, you know, hey, Swigo didn't pop up in my search immediately. There is a singular person. I don't know if there's even anyone watching on Twitch for us. We don't even have anyone watching over on Twitch right now, so it doesn't even matter. No, it says we have 3 viewers. We have 3 viewers. Okay, we'll do it then. Go tell Meticulous I said hello. For those on YouTube, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm just going to send off this raid and then go to bed myself. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll check really quick, see if I'm caught up. Yep. Buenos nachos to you too, what's the matter? See ya.